इंडिया। चाय का प्याला हो या गपशप मिर्च मसाला हो, फैशन है, अग्रेशन है, विन बात का पैशन है, स्टार्टअप गिरी का फितूर है। अरे तभी तो इंडिया मशहूर है। उम्मीद का सवेरा है, खुशियों का बसेरा है, सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, यह है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। मिट्टी में जो हम सपने बोते हैं वो आसमान को छूते हैं। गुडलक की टोपी पहन के भी शीश हमारे झुक जाते हैं। यहां जीत की होती तंग गलियों में तैयारी है और कागज की कश्तियां भी करती किनारों की सवारी है। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, ये है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। यहां आईना है, तस्वीरें हैं, संस्कृति भी खास है। चमकते बाजारों में मुस्कुराता प्यार है। रंग बिरंगी पोशाकों में तभी तो लगते चांद चार हैं। खुशियां हैं त्योहारों की, मिलजुल की, बहारों की। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, ये है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। पतंगों के मेलों में कटती रंजिशों की डोर है। सैर है, सपाटे हैं, यहां टूरिस्ट बड़े आते हैं। ये मेरा है, ये तेरा है, कोशों का सवेरा है। धूप है, छांव है, उन्नति के गांव है। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, ये है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। पैगामों का इंडिया, हाजिर जवाबों का इंडिया, गुब्बारों में उड़ते आसमानों का इंडिया। कश्ती में सवार निकल पड़ा है इंडिया, पंख फैलाए उड़ चला है इंडिया। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, छोटी सी दुनिया का बड़ा सा इंडिया, यह है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया।
Thank you so much, Dheeraj, for a lovely motivational message. Opportunity India. Yes, India is full of opportunities. So is Franchise India. It's been more than 20 years. Franchise India is giving you opportunity for our premium brands and our potential investor buyers to expand their business and select their brands and business respectively. We welcome you to the 38th edition of Business Opportunity Over Chai, a webinar series, a platform which provides you opportunity to select the best brand which suits to you. With this introduction, we welcome our panelist Gaurav Maria, who is a chairman Franchise India Group, an author and entrepreneur, and he shares his all insights experience with each one of us to select the best brand. We also welcome Sonia ma'am, who is the MD Franchise India Brands Limited and director at Remax, to share her opinion about the industry, about the brand. We welcome brand of the day, Coffee Point. So a great brand serving the finest Indian coffee. It's backed up by international group Lavazza, and the parent company in India is Fresh and Honest. And we have opportunity that today we have Arun Prabhu, who is the channel head, to talk about how Coffee Point and brand is adding value in India market. So Arun, welcome to the webinar series. We would really like to hear from you how been the journey of Coffee Point and how you are giving value and proposition in market. Over to you, Arun. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Arun here. See, basically Lavazza is a parent company of Fresh and Honest, who we are actually. I'll just go through few slides, then show you about Coffee Point and its opportunity. Lavazza is an Italian company and established, 120 years back. And Lavazza all over the world has acquired the below companies, what you could see, Marild, Catenoir, Kicking Horse, and so many other companies, including Fresh and Honest in India. Fresh and Honest is a Indian subsidiary of Lavazza. Fresh and Honest as a brand was set up in 1996, and it was taken over by Lavazza since 2007. Since 2007, after the Fresh and Honest has been taken over, a lot of innovations and lot of different varieties of coffee beans and different models have come in. And Fresh and Honest currently serves 15 million cups every month on a regular basis. I mean, it's even more now. It's even 15 to 20 million cups of coffee every location, including corporates, including the restaurants, hotels, I mean the Horeca segment, and the public locations, including coffee points. Lavazza Group highlights. In 2019, Lavazza has done a revenue of 2.2 billion euros, a rise in turnover of 18% over 2019. And if you see the total business, what Lavazza does, 70% of the entire business is outside Italy and 30% in Italy. And as Lavazza, overall, we serve 30 billion cups of coffee all over the world in a year. So you can understand almost it is like 3,000 crores of coffee all over the world we serve. Lavazza is present in 140 plus countries, including 4,000 plus employees. Like same wise, Lavazza is present in India through Fresh and Honest Cafe Limited. See, the major thing what Lavazza focuses is customer-oriented approach. Like majorly, we have portfolios as per the local country. For example, in India, we procure coffee beans from Chikmagalur, Coorg, from of the highest plantation, and we have a we have a factory where we roast that, and we even import coffee beans from Italy, which has the different varieties of Arabica, Robusta, and different varieties. Major three keywords which Lavazza focuses: the heritage, the Italian leader of espresso, and innovation. We continuously innovate the coffee bean, the packing, and different things. And the major point which I already mentioned is the consumers. We influence the local preference of coffee types. Consumers are continuously exploring our new offers. As I already told you, it's 120 years plus the Lavazza group is present from Italy and other countries. And our major focus is quality, quality, and above all, it's quality. Our presence in India, we have a headquarters in Chennai, and we have 14 to 15 branch offices across India, and we have a factory in Sri City, and we are present in 100 plus cities across India. In every location, including south, west, north, east, everywhere we are present. And one of the major things is we don't operate through a third party or something. We have our own regional offices in each location. So the way for the customers, how we provide the coffee beans on time, the quality, the training, everything will be immediate. It's not like a third party what we do. It's our own company's presence. We are there in all these locations. This is one of the key factor what Lavazza is doing. Outside Italy, Lavazza's first production facility is installed in Sri City, and that is a 40,000 square feet. You can understand how big the coffee roasting plant is. It's a SEZ where we do coffee beans and we even export it. So the quality that we maintain in a special economic zone is of the highest quality, and we have different certifications in quality too. And we have different training centers across India. See, this is a key factor which most of the companies would not have. See, we would install machines, go there, we train the people on the basic recipes. That's what it's been regularly done. But we have our own in-house training center in Chennai, Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, and many locations where are trained. We have our own in-house barista. We conduct meeting monthly ones in different locations where we call our customers and we train them on the different recipes apart from the regular recipes. See, and we provide a cloud-based technical support. We have our 130 plus service engineers. It is on roll. We have our own in-house service engineers, and we see what happens is we have a dedicated toll-free number on the service, and when a customer calls, immediately the ticket has been raised and it is being solved immediately. And these are some of our key clients. I mean, it's very huge. I've just put some of the key clients, including like corporates like Dell, Verizon, and in Star Hotels, Hyatt, and the Park Plaza, and so many other locations, and even a Shell company, Amazon. Everywhere our coffee machines are present. I'll go through about the coffee machine in detail in the coming slides. Coffee Point. Coffee Point is what we are focusing now. Coffee Point is a sub brand of Fresh and Honest, and it is the fastest growing on the go cafe chain. Like how we do is we set up a kiosk in a public location or even a standalone outlet where customers are interested to set up the entire thing with coffee, food and beverage and entire things. What we do is we provide the entire support right from sourcing till the end finishing and it going live, and we do continuous support on that. We currently have 350 plus successfully running outlets, and one of the major things is previously we were doing directly. Then what we thought is we wanted to expand rapidly, and because we are getting very good response, so we thought of routing it through franchisee, and we are getting good responses now. We have many franchisees through Franchisee India itself. We have tied up, and I'll show you the location photos also. See, one of the main thing is when it comes to Coffee Point is food and beverage. See, when it comes to beverage, Fresh and Honest is very strong in beverage, and we have tied up with the sub entity of, one of the group company of Franchisee India called Ichakdana Foods, who focuses on the food related items in the location, because Ichakdana is very strong in food items where they, according to as per the local location, they source and they supply the different varieties and different menus, and it can even be customized. And so we have tied up Coffee Point is through Fresh and Honest. We have tied up with Ichakdana Foods to have a better presence pan India. See, these are the machines what we use in our Coffee Point. See, the first machine what you guys seeing is black and white. That's a thermoplan machine. It's a Swiss machine where it's a touch screen where you guys will be able to provide 300 to 500 cups of coffee in a day continuously. You can take. It's a sturdy machine, and which gives each and every cup, it gives the same quality and consistent taste. Every cup it grinds the coffee bean. The 8 to 9 grams of coffee beans is being grounded and it's been freshly brewed, and you get a brewed cappuccino. And one of the another advantages, it doesn't use a steam mill, it uses the boil mill. So you get a very good coffee. Rather than if being steamed, it's even 50% cooked and 50% uncooked, where this provides 100% cooked and boiled coffee. And we have different range of coffee beans. I've put a couple of examples where we have Fresh and Honest Gold Pack, and we have Cafe Supremo, and we have many other ranges too. This is the cold coffee and iced tea machine which we provide, where you'd be able to take serve your customers with cold coffee and iced tea. These are the machines which we provide for cafe model. So we are very strong in semi-automatic, these kind of steam machines, where we are very strong in that. And we like you name any Taj Group or any other star properties or any high-end cafes, they use our machine. So such a kind of a machine we provide at an affordable. These are the varieties of tea which we have: black tea, ginger, cardamom, green, lemon, masala. And these are envelope pouches so that it maintains the aroma in every cup of tea. These are the other varieties which we have, including the soups and the chocolate and badam drinks of Fresh and Honest. We have four varieties of soup, and badam and chocolate too. These are the takeaway cups we have in different sizes. We can customize and customize in the machine as per the rates and what we provide to the customer. We can customize in the machine as per the cup size too. And we provide sugars, wooden stirrers, right from every raw material we will be providing the customers. This, let me come to the financial facts of Coffee Point. In Coffee Point, we have four varieties. One is the Corner Small, which is a 20 square feet, a small kiosk. And we have a Corner Regular, which is a 40 square feet kiosk. And we have a 100 square feet kiosk where you will be able to even keep a busy cooler, and you can keep a couple of ovens and other things, and you can serve more in 100 square feet kiosk. And we have a cafe model. And also apart from this, we are doing standalone outlets of small. For example, you guys are getting a shop of 100 square feet, so they won't be. You need not invest on a kiosk. We will be able to customize the shop interiors, and we will be providing the entire setup. And the total investment, this includes the franchisee fee, and this includes the rental of the location and brand and marketing expense and the kiosk cost, and the entire cost has been included and considered, and that's the total investment. And for the franchisee fee, for the different for cafe model it is 4.5 lakh, and for the regular kiosk it is 3 lakh, and for the corner regular it is 1.5, and the corner small we have 1 lakh. This is the franchisee fee, and the kiosk cost is additional as per actuals. And you guys definitely will have an average payback very soon. And what we have given is the maximum returns on the payback, because the per cup coffee costing will be around not more than 8 to 9 rupees, where we focus on the mid segment market, where 25 to 30 rupees and max to max 50 rupees is what the beverages what we sell, and even including the food variety. So we a lot of walk-ins, we expect that through that, and the return of investment is very soon. You'll get the payback very soon. This is the kiosk, regular kiosk, 100 square feet kiosk, which I told you. So you'll be able to keep the pastry counter, and you'll be able to keep the hot and cold machine, and you can keep a busy cooler and every other varieties. And this is this has been done so that it has a longer lifespan, and it is entirely working. There are certain kiosks which we are operating for more than 10-15 years too. So such kind of sturdy kiosks, these Coffee Point gears are very sturdy. 40 square feet kiosk where you have a 4 feet frontage and you have a 6 feet. And this is a smaller kiosk where here you'll not be able to keep a pastry counter, but where small location you have, you can kiosk. And this is the Type C kiosk where the operator stands outside, and the only single coffee machine can be kept, and he serves the customers, and at the end of the day you can just close the shop. And this is a kiosk inside a mall, but these kiosks can be customized as per the location. And as per your requirement, we can customize these malls inside the kiosk. This is just a sample menu which I've shown. You can see the coffee, it comes espresso, cappuccino, latte, other varieties to 25 to 30 bucks. And tea are 20s. And you can see the cold beverages 40, 50, and you have shakes 100. And you have quick bites, which is 25 to 40 rupees, and couple of items are a bit costly, but most of the items are between 50 to 60 rupees. Beverages mainly at 25 to 30 rupees and not more than that. This is to get more walk-in and more sales. So that is why we have kept the menu for that. These are the varieties which we have. Desserts, cakes, and everything can be done as per your requirement. This is a sample photo of the kiosk. The first kiosk, what you guys are seeing is the kiosk is there in the Baptist Hospital, right in front in the Bangalore Baptist. And the type, the 40 square feet kiosk is what you guys are seeing in the right. It's there in Tamil Nadu, Nagarkoil. It's Dr. These are the sample of other individual outlet photos of what we have. You can guys can see we are customizing as per the size of the outlet can be done. So you guys are seeing the outlet. It's in Gurgaon and Ahmedabad, Kolkata, and different locations. What one of the major thing is in the brand support what we provide. We do the initial thing right from setting up the entire thing. What we do is we set up, we train, we facilitate. Everything is done right from scratch till the end, including the technical support and supply of raw material. Everything is being supported. You guys have to. It's like very easy. Like for you guys, like we take care of the entire support from you guys, including the marketing and the machine installation. Everything has been done, including the local promotions. Also, we take care. The 10 great reasons, finally, what I would say for you guys to partner with Coffee Point is Fresh and Honest as a company is being backed by a 2-decade-old company, and we have 350 to 370 plus kiosk chains, on-the-go cafe chains across India, and we have we serve more than 15 to coffee every month. And we have imported coffee machine, which is a Swiss machine, which has a longer shelf, longer life. And you guys need not invest on a coffee machine of the Swiss coffee machine. We will be providing you under a very minimal rental of the same. And we have all ISO and other certifications. We have our own hubs across India where we'll be supplying uninterruptedly the raw materials for you guys. And we have 80 to 100 plus cities we are present, and we have IoT support for the service. And it's a very minimal investment what you guys gain and good returns on that. And every training and every operation can be is provided right from every moment. For example, the operator what you guys have appointed is left your location, and you guys are appointing a new operator. We would again come and train you guys, because all these kind of support will be provided always. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you very much for making for the call today. And we wanted to really bring you on to share an opportunity for Coffee Point. We at Franchise India has double relationship with you. One, we are obviously marketing Coffee Point in India, but we also at a subsidiary company of Franchise India, Ichakdana, is a master franchise for India, and we look after the expansion for Coffee Point. And from Franchise India or Ichakdana viewpoint, for us to partner with business has two strong reasons, and I would like to share with everybody. One reason is the credibility of Lavazza. Lavazza is a giant organization. 140 countries, almost every second cup of coffee anybody is drinking comes from this company called Lavazza. It's a phenomenal family-run business. It's not a company which runs after other things. They're family-run for 100 years of Italian family-run business, which only does one single thing very, very credibly, is sell great coffee. And that's the company's background, and that's the foundation of the company. And that always excited me to really go and approach the company and say, how can we change the Indian landscape of the convenience or grab and go business in India? So that was one foundation. Second foundation for the business is that how do you deliver a very consistent model, which is still a very, so to say, very affordable as a franchise? Because I've seen a lot of food franchisees, and most of the food franchisees are not able to sustain because they have zero consistency. And to bring the last mile consistency on the product, even though you have now a lot of tea concepts and other things have come in, but most of them lack consistency. Because it is backed by a great company, great training, but more importantly, they are equipment centric. The machines are state of the art, the world class. The same machines when you go to a Marriott or places like that, when you get a fresh from bean to coffee structure, that is the same gourmet coffee experience. You can deliver it every single place. And I'll give you a little understanding of the coffee business. Coffee business is divided into a gourmet, which is bean to coffee business. And then there are very companies which have premix kind of a coffee machines. This premix coffee machine has no quality and has no capability. Even if you have people in your offices which have premix, they will normally not drink that coffee. People rather come to your office and say, if you have a premix coffee, I don't want to have it. So especially Indians don't like it because it gives you lingering taste and it has a lot of sugar being pre-added and so forth. But bean to coffee business was always very expensive. It was always premium. The same level of coffee which you go to Starbucks and pay 200 rupees, 250 rupees, now you can get it at a very, very cheap price. That's the revolution. You know, if person wants to have 3 times coffee or 2 types coffee or 1 time tea, if he wants to come there, he doesn't want to pay the fee of say 250 rupees. You don't want to pay say 700 rupees a day to buy a coffee. So Indian market would never, that's why I keep telling everybody that India, Starbucks is more for environments for people to go and meet friends and do entire thing, but they will never become scalable in India because one factor is price. Because when in US, a person goes 2 times to Starbucks or 3 times to pay, from his income level, that $6 or $7 investment looks easy. But when it comes to India, you don't want to pay that kind of money. You still want your coffee at a 50 rupees, 60 rupees, 100 rupees, maximum that range, depending on what you're consuming, where you're consuming. So Coffee Point is an answer of giving the same gourmet coffee, which is bean to coffee kind of an experience, packed with a lot of food. And I'll come down to food a little later. With a strong experience-backed team, world's best team working on this, and a very fast to go-to-market kind of a capability. You can start a Coffee Point exactly in 15 days. So if you decide today, you can start a full kiosk operational with training of people in 15 days. Now, what we felt was the overall opportunity. Opportunity is multi-billion-dollar street food which is getting organized, and especially post-COVID. This is a fabulous opportunity. Post-COVID, what few things you don't want to do. You don't want to step out of your office and go far because you feel that there is a risk of for you to go and even if you're going to a small kiosk outside, you don't want to do it now. So you want to have a captive place where you can go. Second, you want nobody to touch it. So it's a human, less human touch or interface. The food is absolutely hygienic and fresh. So today's time, Coffee Point makes a lot of sense. It can be a captive business. It can be planted in a hospital. It can be a college. It can be school. It can be IT park. It can be simple offices. It can be public offices. Public offices like government offices or infrastructure. It can be travel locations, all railway stations, petrol pumps, places of airports. India has 220 airports. So any travel location becomes interesting. So this becomes, and now what we've done is that with the coffee, we have organized the, what I call easy to eat food, finger foods, which is all the French fries, smaller burgers, small bites, which people have in between meals, and now full meals also. So even you have, in some places, we have dosas, biryanis, a lot of other things to complement office goers. Office they come 3 times for coffee, maybe then 1 time for meal. And they also have a lot of knick-knack snacks, a lot of convenience, which is water bottle, other things also available in the kiosk. So it becomes a comprehensive business model for all our investors. I feel that this is a 10,000 store opportunity across markets, and that's what the vision is. That if we can take and replace almost all unorganized, non-standard points which sell coffee, and we have also a selection of teas within Coffee Point, but coffee is our big forte and big focus on the model front. Now the risk, it has 2 risks which I would also like to highlight. One, location selection. Location selection is the most critical. You can put this kiosk in no traffic location. You will sell only maybe 30 cups or 40 cups, and it needs high traffic location. It needs places where people are available. You don't have to move people away. So it's a kiosk business is great if you put the right location. If you put the right location, you get the right numbers. And with the right quality of coffee, you will retain these customers. That's for sure. But you need to have locations. The first risk anybody has in this business is the location. Ichak Dana or our companies also work getting you to these locations. only and when we get the right location. We have realized if we have got bad location, business doesn't do well. If you get good location, business thrives. So we first work with you to find the right location. And now a lot of locations are available because every single large corporate doesn't want to risk people going out. They all want to have a captive kiosk available. And you can set up this kiosk at 5 lakh rupees or 7 lakh rupees, that kind of model, and with food also available. It's the cheapest franchise. Second risk you have is if you're not a good operator, you don't look after your kiosk, you don't even visit. We see a lot of people invest in businesses like this because they're cheap and they don't visit. People start pilferages, a lot of leakages happen. They have no control over the business and they are not able to record their sales. So you get into a problem where you don't know how many, while the machine, we can tell you how many cups are sold because we can control that cycle. But a lot of food pilferages and other pilferages start happening. So if you are able to put some time, I will not say full time, you don't have to sit there on the kiosk, but at least supervisional time, and you get the right location. High traffic locations would create magic for this business. If you put it in a very high traffic location, 10,000 people, 12,000 people around, then you can do a maybe 10, 15, 20,000 rupees sales every single day. Simple business, 1 or 2 people, and you are able to scale this up. So I tell you, go and quickly approach all the universities. They don't want to go out. All the colleges, high traffic places like IT parks and a lot of business parks and so on and so forth. Every single place this kiosk can really go. There's no other competition. There's only one competition used to be there, which is Cafe Coffee Day. And Cafe Coffee Day is currently, because of the changes happening in there, they are not so aggressive. And Cafe Coffee Day and Coffee Point are only 2 competitive brands which are out there in this market in this category, and nobody else is in this category. And some small tea brands are there, but they lack consistency. They never would be able to do that because the machine they give in 5 lakh rupees or a 7 lakh rupees is actually a 3 lakh rupee machine, which they give it as a free on rental kind of a structure. So if you imagine, if you have to do a business like yourself also, it will be more expensive than partnering with Coffee Point. So it has all the elements of doing it. So because as we have said, we are a partner with the company, so I don't want to really, we have already demonstrated our own commitment being a partner. So I would like to now invite Sonia to take her viewpoint and also take a lot of questions which people would be asking, and Arun would be happy to answer that. Over to you, Sonia, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arun, for coming today on this webinar. I was just going through a lot of questions which are pouring in. But to start off, I would say a brand like Lavazza needs no introduction today. The brand is known, available in the countries. About 125 years of legacy with 4 generations of family business being run, and innovation and steady growth are the 2 strong pillars of the company. And I also see a great combination of fresh and honest. Their presence in India of 20 years marks a big credibility to the institution itself. And starting from the very beginning, from the corporates to institutions, the HoReCa business or the OCS business of office consumption services, I saw all those logos on the presentation that you had. Conference halls, airport lounges, name the places of credibility or the places of where the brand has to be. You see the brand available everywhere. And also as a brand, the focus of many companies is sometimes to be first in the market. But what you have also done is not only being first, but also first to scale. And across institutions in all the places you've been, plus the outlets, 350 outlets on the go format. And I would say you've been one of the pioneers. And today, a lot of these companies like Starbucks and the others that we see around globally also, they're pivoting their hundreds and hundreds of stores, starting from North America to Canada. And they recently announced 400 odd stores, which they want to convert from the bigger format. They're rather shutting down these company-owned stores, and they're converting them into these on-the-go curbside pickups formats. And that is a big shift today we are seeing because of the consumer behavior that is coming off and changing in these times. And I would say you have been there throughout. There's no structural changes, so to say, which the model needs, and you've been there doing this throughout. My first question would be, Arun, while there are no changes in the model, and I feel your model is very adaptable to the current times, both in terms of the investment, the location, the food. It is convenient, comfort food. It is adaptable to the local audience, and I would say very idiot-proof model, which does not require too much of I would say working or intelligence at the local level, which needs to be done. But still, I see some questions which are pouring in. But what are the changes that you still feel maybe a brand like yours also need to bring in these current times to build in that trust of safety for the consumers? One. Second, you're also a data-driven company, IoT, and all that. Your machines have been installed with. What kind of changes, or I would say, considering the current environment, you're bringing in today to make your consumer more safe?
See, when it comes to the machine on the IoT part, and these machines, what we serve has the readings in the machine itself, where you'll be able to monitor the readings that's been done on a daily basis, so you can avoid the pilferages what the operators show. That is one thing. And we have even a software where the billing data, the customer will be able to view it in the software directly at any point of time. So these kind of support we do. And when it comes to even for service, we have an IoT where you'll be able to register the ticket number will be automatically raised, and it will be messaged to the customer, and it will be automatically resolved within the 2 to 3 hours of time, which is the turnaround time. It will be resolved. And the other point is the changes. What we do is, yes, like for example, when it comes to coffee beans, previously we had only the gold pack, what I was showing in the presentation. So as per the market changes, people are preferring more aroma and more flavors. And so we tried innovating coffee beans on a regular basis. Every year, if you see 1 or 2 different packs of coffee bean comes in, which we have even 100% Arabica. And we have now focusing on even certain blends like sustainable blends, which is in return. I mean, as a Lavazza, what it does is focusing on the sustainable blend, where it is the local community who is doing that. It is helping them in cultivation and making them the organic coffee bean. Even that kind of thing is being done globally. And even Fresh and Honest as a company here, we focus on even 100% pure coffee, including 100% Arabica, Robusta mix. And where we source the grade 1, we always maintain the quality. We have a separate quality team, which is which it sits every coffee bean that's been manufactured. In every set, they do a testing and they ensure that the coffee quality is maintained always. So these kind of, in every time, like Fresh and Honest to be successful in major corporate parks and other locations is majorly because not only one of the key factors is machine, but more than that is the quality of the coffee. The quality, you can never see these kind of bits and pieces of coffee that's been used. So it uses only the high-end quality coffee beans. So even customers are very happy because the money that they're paying, it should be worthy enough. Like Gaurav said, it should not be like giving a machine at 5 lakh and the 3 lakh worth machine. These kind of things we never do. We are very open to our customers.
Okay, I kind of second that. And also when it comes to coffee, just procuring the right set of beans sometimes does not ensure you that you have the right taste. It also requires the right machines, which Lavazza brings.
Exactly.
And these machines need the right maintenance. I see that in the chat. So just, and this is also a lot of people who I've answered that, I still see those questions coming in. We are on a rental model where these machines are also maintained by the company Fresh and Honest. So there's a rental which is paid to the company for the 2 machines. Arun, if you can just maybe clarify on that, how many machines and what kind of rentals is
we will be
paid
providing the hot beverage, the bean to cup machine at 3,500 plus tax as rented, and for the cold machine as 1,500. So put together, it is almost just 5,000 plus tax per month. If you actually see the cost of the black and white thermoplan coffee machine, even a customer can Google and search and see the pricing of the coffee machine. It is more than 5 to 6 lakh, even and even in the thermoplan website. It's very costly machine, but we have imported these machines quite some time back, and we would be able to do the break even. So we are providing our customers to give a quality coffee at a very minimal price. Machines are no compromise. It's a high-end machine.
So Fresh and Honest is not selling you machines, unlike other brands where you have to buy these expensive equipment. They're only giving it on a rental and also maintenance completely done by the company. Another question, Arun, which I have is people asking on what kind of revenues we make is one of the questions. So in our current environment, most of the companies are constantly improving on the store economics by simplifying, eliminating, and automating a lot of these routine activities. One, looking at maybe restructuring of the store economics by number of people who can work in a store is one of the questions. So what typically is a revenue model for these three formats is one question. The other is across these three formats, which are the kind of locations a 20 square feet can go, where a 200 can go, and where a 500 can go.
Okay, so this kind of 100 square feet kiosk can go in hospitals and standalone locations, even in highways and so many other locations where even, for example, in airports, even in the parking spaces and railway stations and other locations where you'll be able to serve more to your customers, including beverage, foods, and even cold beverages and so many other items you'll be able to do. And the next variety is a 40 square feet kiosk. It's not majorly present. We are only the 100 square feet kiosk majorly present. The smaller kiosk is present where particular location, for example, I showed you the Jayashekharan hospital where they can't give more space and the customer says like you only serve coffee, hot coffee, and not on cold beverages. Morely like snacks, even certain cold beverages can be served, no snacks and other items. Where those kind of locations we provide a 40 square feet kiosk, and 20 square feet is very minimal, like in malls where they won't. It's like the rent is very high. Where for a 20 square feet kiosk, the rent is very minimal. You'll be able to get more returns. So these kind of locations where 20 square feet is given, and even standalone locations can be done. You find a shop where high footfall is there in that location, where you find a good shop, we will be able to customize that and even provide as a coffee pot. And a cafe model also we have. The cafe model is a 600 square feet where you have the entire seating capacity, and it's like everything is being done, including food, beverage, and certain eateries also is being provided.
What are the kind of margins, absolute margins, which are available, and what ideally should be the occupancy cost? And this is for all of you who are asking, and there's many locations that you've mentioned, and you're asking if this is the right time. And most of the properties perhaps you'll get in these times, be it IT, be it any other location that you find, would be lowest at this point in time, because we have people asking about IT Park, there are people asking about Pune, Kashmir. I have a lot of cities where people want to open. So your rentals in these locations would be lowest at this point in time, and this will be the best time for you to perhaps go negotiate the best properties which are available. Considering around the kind of rentals we have and what kind of locations what kind of rentals you think should be viable to look at across these three formats is one, and what are the absolute margins one can look at the end of the day?
The rental for probably type the 100 square feet is we can go up to 30,000 per month, and for maybe 18 to 20,000 for the 40 square feet kiosk, and 10,000 for the type C kiosk, maybe 10 to 15,000 for the type C. And cafe differs as per the location. And the major thing what is eating nowadays is because of the rentals. So wherever we try to choose the minimum rentals, and for example, we have a customer who's having a coffee point in Gurgaon, SP InfoCity. So there, if you see the kind of walk-ins that comes in, like customers very happy. Even during lockdown now, like major sales is not there, and customer has closed it currently. And but customer is like saying like I had a good sales and I'll be reopening by this coming month, or like, so that he is very much interested because the returns that we have got in the last 6 months is very good. Like he was selling around 300 to 350 cups of beverage alone. And apart from that, you imagine the kind of pastries and other quick bites what he was able to sell. And the profit that we was able to make is, see, in a cup, you imagine like 8 to 9 rupees is what the cost. I'm not adding operator cost or electrical charge, whatever it is. The basic per cup cost is 8 rupees is what maximum what I'm keeping. And you imagine the 25 to 30 rupees what we sell, the profit that we get, even if you exclude the electricity source operator cost, you do 300 to 350 cups of coffee per day. It was really a good profitable business.
And what kind of sales one can expect around across these formats on an average, from your experience of running these 350 odd locations?
See, I've seen certain locations doing 500, 600 cups also, but bare minimum 200, 250 cups. On an average, you can say 400, 350 to 400 cups of Beverage alone. Beverage alone.
And that translates to what kind of revenue from a store, from a unit?
You can imagine like 25 rupees of an average, you put it like 300. It's like an average, a customer will be is doing around 2 to 3 lakhs of revenue basically from the beverages every month.
And
And just to add, as Arun rightly said, that locations are, and Sonia also said the same thing, that locations are very well available now. And a lot of new locations are emerging because of this whole thing which has happened. Because people want to have services like tea, coffee, and basic snacks available in the facility itself, because they don't want their employees or their people to go out. So a lot of captive now locations are coming in, and these locations are coming in sometimes on revenue share, very small revenue share. And in some cases, we're now getting inquiries where people are saying that please open up this facility for our employees. They're not even interested in asking for the rentals because they understand that this is also kind of an essential service today to their employees, that they don't go out into areas which have a potential to get some kind of increase. And this is a great time to aggressively approach all the institutions which earlier were not allowing F&B inside. Now they're all allowing inside their premises. And this is very important, and people would go out. People, especially, a lot of employees smoke, and they go out, have to go out and have their smoke and have coffee or tea. So they're trying to encourage them within this network. So this is a good time. But if you want to pay rentals, the rental, as Arun has rightly said, 10,000, 20,000 for a little bigger, and maybe 30,000 for this, and a maximum 50,000 for a cafe. Nothing goes beyond that because it's a low rental model. If you do low rental model, you always make money. The mistakes are if you take a higher rental place, it becomes difficult. Not more than 2 people, very good trained. And food, we have one we call Classic. Classic is always on shelf, which means all the finger food, sandwiches, burgers, a lot of other pastas. These are all available. We have a special breakfast menu. Breakfast menu, we do the upma, the poha, the idlis, and a lot of other things we can do. And now technology support that. You can do absolutely fresh food available through different technologies, which can be given to people. It can be frozen, and it can be both the dry technology, which you can just oven it, and you can get fresh food and given to people. And we also have understood that a lot of people have started coming to our kiosk and asking for a meal also. So we do packaged meals, which you can eat there, or you can take it to your office desk or wherever you are and eat there. So it can be packaged biryanis and packaged rice bowls, a lot of salad options and things like that. We normally don't encourage large menus because it can increase your food cost, and it can do that. But very selection of classic menu, classic always on demand, and a specialty menu which we designed for that place. Like a student community, too much student community, they like a certain model. If you're office community, then they like a certain model. If you are a little bit on a area which has a traders and other things, they need a different kind of food. So we change a little bit of custom food, which is only about 30-40%, and then this classic always on shelf. And all this comes from credible suppliers, which we choose in the city. So we don't increase any food cost. There's no back kitchen, there's no central kitchen. So you don't have any other cost available. Another point which I would like to mention in this business, that this business, if for a reason one location doesn't do, this is a prefab kiosk. You can take the kiosk and put it somewhere else. So you really don't lose. So if there's for reason the volume has decreased here, so you can exit from there, put it on the truck and take it to another location and fix it. And we are very keen on doing the first 2 formats, which is the 20 and the 40, which is more scalable. And this time it is very interesting because it's only 5 to 7 lakh rupees and you can start your kiosk. Sonia, over to you, please.
I think there's one question which I'm seeing, and I think we didn't cover that in our presentation also, is a question on royalty. What is the percentage of royalty that we are charging? And if that is same across all the formats, is one question which I see in the chat box. I would like to take that up.
We provide an 8% royalty free, which it's common among all the formats.
Okay, so guys, it's 8% of royalty on the net sales that you do. Arun, would you also give maybe a breakup of the total amount, including the security? There's some people who want to understand, where this 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, and what all it would consume.
See the amount what we are showing, it might look bigger, but we have included so many other details in the franchisee fee, the split. I'll just go through the different things. One is basically the kiosk setup. That is the kiosk fee, that 3 lakh and 2 lakh and 1.5 lakh, which I told you. And we have other, apart from that, the equipment costs, which include the kitchen equipments and utensils, the software and the POS machine, and we have the CCTV, the uniforms and other charges. And apart from that, we have even the FSSAI license, and there's a business promotions and license, which we separately charge. We have mentioned the design fee, training fee, and everything, and the marketing expenditure for before pre-opening, and to give it in the local ad and everything. And we have also included 2 months of rental. For example, if you see, the 10 to 11 lakh is what showing for the 100 square feet kiosk. We have included 30,000, 60,000 as rent, and we have included other expenses, including the operators and other charges like 40, 48, 45,000, and electricity cost we have included as 16,000. So we have almost covered entire cost, which is actually making this the franchisee fee. If you actually take it out, the actual cost is just the franchisee fee and the kiosk setup. But even if for outlet, there is no franchisee fee for the kiosk fee is not there. Only the franchisee fee and the interior thing. So we have included the entire things, including 2 months of rental and 2 months of operator costs and everything. And we have shown you the breakup of the franchisee.
Thanks, Arun. That's very helpful. And also for all the viewers, there are two kind of costs here. One is the capital, which is the initial investment being made, and the other is the operating cost. And at these times, we advise everybody. In normal times, we advise people to have at least 3 months of working capital. But in these times, at least 6 months of working capital is something that you should all be ready with. And that should be kept aside for the initial months, which takes care of salaries of the people, the raw material, food cost, rental, and other miscellaneous expenses. Okay, I was just going through a lot of questions. I see they're very specific to cities, and some people are running homestays. They want to know if they can give it to their customers. Somebody in Pune wants to know if we can help them get a location. Yes, we can. We can help you scout some locations in corporate parks as well as in neighborhood markets. We can do that through our company, which is real estate company. And also, if you have any locations which you think are currently available, you can also bring those locations to us, and we can approve these locations for you.
One more thing is, see, anybody who is interested and who wants to do that, we will take you to our existing customer locations in those regions, and we'll show you and make you feel like it's been worthy in investing, and then only we'll be able to continue, because we have different formats, including cafes, hotels, whatever format. We'll be going to the customer, taking you to the customer location, and we'll be showing you the operations of the machine and the entire thing, and then only we'll be committing with you.
Sure. I have a question which talks about the minimum distance or the radius, one provides between one location to the other. And I will like to say, this is a question from Rati. I think there are two parts to look at that. One obviously is the radius by kilometers, and the other is how big the opportunity is. So if the opportunity in certain, like IT hubs or corporate parks, so to say, or locations where there's a bigger opportunity, I feel there can be a bigger number of outlets that can come in. And where we see the opportunity or being low, maybe a higher distance or a minimum distance radius can be awarded to a franchisee. But is there anything that you want to comment on that?
See, as you said, Sonia, like if it is going to be an IT park, it can be n number of locations, because in each IT park will have each thing, and each floors will have a machine, and each company will have a like that, and the common area will have. And if it is going to be a standalone outlet, probably definitely 3 to 5 kilometers, we will not be setting up another, at least bare minimum 2 to 3 kilometers. We will not be providing another franchisee, because it's basic, like how if they have to survive on the outlet, and if each kilometer or 2 kilometer, 1 or 2 outlets comes in, it's not viable enough.
Great, Ratish,
Sure.
we will do
Maybe
that.
I can also answer this question. This all about is outlet throughput. So a small outlet, if it has a potential, which I've answered on the question also, a minimum 100 cup a day, kind of a potential plus. So if any potential is not giving you about 100 customers or 100 different cups, because they would eat food also, other things also, that's the minimum threshold. If it is less than that, then viability sometimes becomes very difficult to achieve. So you need to really see that is that location having a captive 100 cup location plus, which means that there can be 1,000 also, there can be 500 also, there can be 300 also, but less than 100 is not viable for us to really look at.
And if you guys are finalized a location, we will definitely come in, because out of our experience, we know which outlet will work and which outlet doesn't work. So we will initially come and we will like analyze whether that outlet will work. It will definitely work. We will ask you guys to proceed on.
Great. I have a question from Sandeep, and maybe I like to answer that. He says, I'm based out of Jodhpur and I like to set up in Bangalore and Chennai. Sandeep, this is a 4-4 model where you need to operate and run on your own. Company will not run. So if you want to operate in Bangalore, Chennai, or any other city, and this is for everybody, you need to have somebody operating it, somebody from the family or somebody who's owning it. It is not a format which can be run on auto mode. So time investment of the franchisee is needed. Okay, I have a master franchise inquiry also from Siddharth in Bombay. Arun, are we looking at masters at this stage?
We will definitely have a check, and we have in Bombay and
This is Maharashtra. He's looking for the entire state of Maharashtra.
No, we have master franchisee, many franchisees, but it's not specific like only 1 or 2 franchisees. Most of them are welcome. So if they have a strong hold, and they're welcome. You can share us your profile, the what you are currently dealing and everything. Then we will get back to you.
Somebody has to master is not really about, somebody has to have an exceptional capability to bring a lot of micro rollout. If say somebody comes with the strategic capability of saying that I can bring 100 locations in areas, or you have some existing relationships, or you're running something else in that place and you want to shift, then obviously there is an opportunity to look at some area partnership. But the only selection, I think this is a large penetration business. Again, I will like to recreate Lavaza's core business and Coffee Point's core business is actually selling coffee. They want to create the last mile coffee experience intact and absolutely create that final user experience intact. To really have that situation, the more the penetration, wherever the people are consuming coffee, if we can give and deliver the great coffee experience at a reasonable cost, then the market is humongous in India. India can become a very, very large market, while the numbers which Arun shared, we serve, Lavaza serves 15 million cups, but you didn't hear what they do globally. They do 30 billion. So it's a significant growth market which India would have. And they have studied last 2 decades, a lot of Indian perspective. One of the coffees which sells actually in Delhi, one of the top selling coffees is a filter coffee. And when I met the CEO, and he told me that they've engineered that coffee so well for understand how Indians like their coffee. And it is a super product, and you will not get anywhere in the country. And that's where the ability of serving a great coffee at very clearly to values of what Indians like as a taste, with the system which has run 140 countries globally. That's the combination which they want to bring in. So if somebody has a greater partnership to build more value into that, which can come from location, strategic tie-ups, and maybe operational capability. Some comes with a lot of food experience already, and they have a lot of capabilities to run and operate large networks. Then we can really talk about a larger partnership.
I think we've kind of covered most of the questions, and the others we can take offline, specific to individual profile and locations, Arun.
Yes.
And post this call, we can get these calls.
So they've asked Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam. Yes, we are there. So we can discuss offline.
So a lot of questions are still coming in. I think we will not be able to take all the questions because we have already run out of time. So what we can do is, Arun, we can take your last comments, Sonia, your last comments, and also Arun, tell what is your favorite coffee?
Definitely our black and white coffee. So I have 3 to 4 coffees in a day in my office.
Ask me. I have he's given me a
Yeah, you have Lavazza.
So I have a machine, Lavazza machine. I can sometimes go 10 coffees a day, and he's been kind enough to give me a special coffee machine in my room. So I'm a very serious fan of Lavazza and a very strong believer of their product. So I'm a little biased on Coffee Point at this stage because I feel that I'm in love with the company and in love with the coffee and the business model which we have collectively partnered. Over to you, Sonia.
Sorry, and also recent campaign I was going, which Lavazza has launched, which makes you master and you can brew coffee at home, which kind of tastes same as what you do at the cafes. All the campaigns I was going through. Great, Arun, thank you for coming in today. I personally feel, most of the successful brands focus, on users and not buyers. And that is what Lavazza has successfully done. It has positioned its brand in the lives of people than in the minds of people or consumers. And with your strategic partnership, Fresh and Honest, it brings in the right format, which is smaller format, lesser expense, which is an ADR, convenience, on-the-go consumption, and value pricing for end consumer is something which makes it a attractive model for people to consider at this point in time. So wishing you all the best as always, and we look forward
And we have stop locations available. If you have interest, reach out to us. Our offices teams would talk to you. There is a gentleman called Shanavas who is the head of our operations. He's also on a call. He will quickly turn around and find out great locations for you within our network. And we will be more than happy to support you in terms of the first location selection. We don't want to rush into this unless we have finalized a great location and the location is finally approved by Arun and his team. And he has a very good team and very progressive people. They're always available. They're always supporting. So we will approve the location. Once the location is approved, then we can go out and finalize the contracts and so forth. So reach out to us, and if you have interest to start something for you, it's a low-cost franchise. But the only critical thing is location and supervision. Location and supervision, if you are able to bring these two things together, then this can be a great opportunity for you. Archana, over to you for your last thank you words.
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir. Thank you so much, all the participants and friends who have joined, taking out time out of your Saturday afternoon and hearing all of us. Thank you so much, Arun, for giving us this understanding about Lavazza Group, about Fresh and Honest, and about the brand. Last but not the least, thank you so much, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. As usual, you always share great thoughts, great insights, and understanding to each of us and our participants. So friends, do not forget, you can touch base Franchise India through your calls, through your mails, as well as you can follow us on social platform. I have given number of Shanavas who's there from Coffee Point. He can definitely contact you. You can also connect with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs. Do share all your queries, all your problems with us at Franchise India. We really want to give you maximum opportunity so that you can select the best brand which suits to you. With this wishes, we really want you and to take good care of yourself. Best wishes from our side. Look forward to have another round of webinar series with you on Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. Take good care of yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and you can reach us. And if you want to reach Sonia and me, you can reach on LinkedIn. And if you have specific inquiry on Coffee Point, you can reach me on gm@gauravmaria.com. So I will be able to address your queries and also pass you to the right member in our team to take up your opportunity. It is gm@gauravmaria.com. Thank you very much. Thank you, Arun.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Arun. Have a great
Thanks,
weekend.
Archana. Thank you,
Stay
Sonia.
safe.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Thanks.